Salutations and welcome to the Serpent Holder Tarot. So this video is not a trailer, but an introduction to my style of reading. To be more specific, it's about the spread that I use. So I developed my own spread, or at least the spread that I like to use I call the Serpent Holder spread. I'm going to show you what it looks like on this video so that you can refer to this video for all future readings. I don't want to have to explain it for every video. So I just figured I'll create this video to show you just to get you familiar with the spread and how I use it so that you can interpret it for yourself. And we'll interpret it along with me and stuff like that to derive the most insight from it, or the most clarity. It's a better word for it. Yeah. So let me get into it. So I'm not sure if I should do this with the cards facing up or the cards facing down. This is not a reading. This is not, I'm not, this is just to show you what the spread looks like. So, yeah, well, you know what, we'll do it face up, just because, for the record, just to have the images and stuff like that, because, I definitely believe it's a magical process, and, I want that magical process to be recorded. So, the center card is Ophiuchus, or Ophiuchus as I like to say. And this is normally where you might say the world card would be. Surrounding Ophiuchus is the four fixed signs, or the four kings. Four kings and queens, that is. So it's a little hard. If this was three-dimensional, you would have eight. You would have eight, a front and a back, so to speak, for the four corners. So if it was like a cube, so to speak, not the top, but like the side. If I were to flip this up, these four corners, the other side of the cube, these four corners would be the queens and the males. Males are the light side and females are the dark side. So as a default polarity. I like to start with Aquarius. Aquarius is not the old, and I'll attach links to all of my videos to this video, or maybe not in the description, but I'll try to put it somewhere around the camera, so that you can just refer to that, to refer to this video. So if you got to this video from one of my other videos, it was successful. So hopefully I'm able to do that with my technical prowess, or technological prowess. So yeah, I like to start with Aquarius in the left corner, and then I move down to Leo in the lower right corner. Aquarius is opposite. Ace of Swords. So then it's good that we got the swords on Leo. This isn't a reading, but it's really nice that we got air over fire, the opposite of each other. Well, the compatibles with each other. Air fuels fire. You can put it out too, but every element can cancel out each other. So with enough effort, so to speak. So then I move to the left. I like to move leftwise, so clockwise. I like to go. Well, that's right. So I like to move left, from right to left, or from center to left, so to speak. So, to be more precise, after for those familiar with the world card, after Leo, I move to Taurus. Ooh, we got the Queen of Pentacles for Taurus. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly, but that's the Queen of Pentacles. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. All right. So, for the sake of one-dimensional spreads and stuff like that, Taurus, Aquarius, the four kings, it's both masculine and feminine energy, the both masculine and dark side. So I just read it as it comes naturally. So I read both. So take it where it fits, take what resonates. So as is commonly said, or the terminology that's usually used in similar professions to this. This flipped. I got 3. I got the King of Pentacles as well. So I move diagonally to the right to Scorpio, which I got the King of Pentacles. So we've, for this example, we've got the Queen and King of Pentacles, and so that ends up being the fixed signs surrounding Ophiuchus. To me, Ophiuchus, and I'll probably elaborate on this or make a whole separate video about this, but the reason I put Ophiuchus at the center is, in my opinion, I've done a little bit of my own interpretation of astrology, and Aquarius is actually ruled by the sun. I would say Aquarius is ruled by the sun because Aquarius is the last age. The age of Pisces, so to speak, they say came before Aquarius, but I disagree with that. If we were going in order, it was the age of Capricorn. If we're going in order, the age of Aquarius is the last. I think that they said it was the age of Pisces is a big misconception to confuse people. So the age of Aquarius is the final age. It's the age of the future, and the future doesn't end. Time doesn't stop. So it goes on forever. So the end of time, the end time, so to speak, is Aquarius coming to take what's rightfully Aquarius's, which is governance over all of creation. There's a story. I couldn't find it on YouTube. I would link it if I could. There's another video that's similar to it, but it's what God told 12 zodiac signs. I'll try to find a link for it. To this video, for this video, it's very helpful. But it basically, God gives each zodiac sign a gift, and by the time Aquarius, every zodiac, Aries was first, Capricorn was third to last. By the time Aquarius got back from the future, in his spaceship, so to speak, everything had already been taken. Heaven had been completely emptied out. Like everything material had already been claimed. Aries got the conquest. By the time we got to Capricorn got the resources of the underworld, the diamonds, the minerals, and stuff like that. There was nothing left. So Aquarius, so Aquarius kind of got possibility. Aquarius got the Aquarius essentially got the trademark on everything. Pisces did come next, so there were still 2 things left, so to speak. But Pisces is purgatory. It's not quite the afterlife, but it is the afterlife. But because purgatory is what comes after death. I know people have different views on that. I definitely believe in heaven and hell. I'm not entirely. I'm not entirely Catholic. There are some tenets of Catholicism that I do agree with, and there are others that I do not. There is some tenets of baptism or of a Baptist that I agree with, and there are others that I do not. So I'm like, I'm also very spiritual or other, so to speak. And I don't want to derail on this too much. I'm giving you insight and perspective on the Serpent Holder spread. So like what knowledge is going into it, what knowing, so to speak. Pisces is purgatory, as I said, in between heaven and hell. I personally don't believe that people go straight to heaven, and I don't believe people go straight to hell. I believe they're in a waiting period for the age of Aquarius, for a lot of things to get finalized here Aquarius and Pisces are the two oldest zodiac signs. Pisces is the only one older than Aquarius, but Pisces is so old that they've passed on. Pisces is the dream, so to speak. Pisces is the spiritual world. Pisces, Aquarius's job is to bring what Pisces represents into the world, like to make heaven on earth. That's what Aquarius's responsibility is. All of the zodiac signs play a role in that responsibility, but it's Aquarius's to govern and to command and to make happen, so to speak. The other zodiac signs play a part in that in the age of Aquarius. Everyone has an Aquarius placement in their chart, so an aspect of where you are supposed to govern in life and stuff like that, and you'll find more about that in my personal readings and stuff like that. I'll definitely cover it over general readings and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna pull this card. No, I'll do it in a second. Pisces is heaven. Pisces, that's what Pisces is heaven. And as I said, Aquarius is supposed to bring heaven on earth. But there's a lot of darkness. There's a dark side to everything. There's something wrong with, I don't want to say wrong with everything, but there currently, it has not been solved. Like the war has not been finalized. The perpetual reign of the rightful ruler, the emperor, so to speak, has still been challenged by forces like the devil and stuff like that. It hasn't been resolved. That war is still ongoing. Pisces is also the sorrow. So one of the gifts that Pisces got is the sorrow of God. Pisces is the sorrow that we may not win this war. And I don't want to say we, putting people on my side that are not. The war might not be won by one side or the other. There's a good chance that my side, and I'm not going to specify what my side is, but there's a good chance that my side is going to win. We're just built from a different set of atoms. There's, it's there, like the long haul victory. The thing is in this war, there's going to be a lot of losses, which is why there's a lot of sorrow. Especially because this is a long game. This war goes on, like Aquarius is forever, is time. There is something that wants to usurp. There is a force that wants to undo creation. They're not the same. They're not on the same side. There's just a lot of things wrong with it and stuff like that. And it's a big responsibility for Aquarius and stuff like that. But it's sad because Aquarius is supposed to be the most corruptible zodiac sign. A lot of the other zodiac signs got corrupted by the devil and stuff like that. Aquarius is possible to corrupt Aquarius, but they're supposed to be the least corruptible. Pisces was the pure or the most innocent, so to speak. Maybe second to, I want to say like more so than Virgo even. Pisces was the dream that was supposed to come true, and that was what was struck first. Pisces represents the high school sweetheart relationship that didn't work out. The romance story, that the Romeo and Juliet story, like that's Pisces. Like that's the dark side of Pisces. That's the reality of what happened. Pisces is also the fairy tale with no villain, with no Snow White biting the red apple, with no stepmother. Like it's everything working out perfectly. And the sorrow about it is that it didn't happen that way, because we have free will. We have free will. We have choice. We have people that got jealous, realistically, envy, the 7 deadly sins. Sin entered the equation and corrupted everything. So yeah, so that's the, that's a little bit of insight and stuff like that. So let me see if I can find it again. The card, oh damn, it got buried in there. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not gonna give up. I said I would pull it, and I enjoy shuffling. It's a habit, a compulsive habit, but I've got it under control. Like, damn, it got buried in there. There it is. All right, so I'll pull this one. So to the north, is Capricorn. So I do the cardinal zodiac signs next. To the south, directly across from Capricorn, its opposite sign is Cancer. To the left, on this side over here, well, to you it's the right, to me it's my left, and take that as it will. Don't try to perceive, you don't have to, you can if you want, but I can tell you I would, but I would also do it the other way too, so just use discernment. It's my left, but on the camera it looks like you're right, so take that as you will. The right side is the light path, and the left side is the dark path. What looks dark to me is gonna, at least on camera, is gonna look light to you, and what looks dark, and what looks light to you is gonna what looks light to me is gonna look dark to you. And you can switch it around and perceive it, another thing, but that takes, I'll be honest, that takes discernment. I'm not gonna say a high level of discernment, but it takes discernment. We have, I pulled the Chariot. That's Aries. So on the left side, on my left, on your right, it's Aries. So I do, like as I said, I do the cardinal signs, and then finally I conclude the cardinals with Libra on the right side. Three of Swords. And then I do the mutable zodiac signs, starting with Pisces. In the upper left corner, we have the World card. I know. Let me see if that works out. I don't like that. Alright, so we have the World, oops. These cards really slippery. Like, they slide easily. So Pisces is in the upper left, then diagonally, going straight diagonally. I need a bigger table, but I do, sorry. I like to go down the line, so sorry, I don't, I should have, and I will, this is off memory, so, I didn't write it down, but it's, this is just my default setting. I don't change the fixed signs, and I don't really change the cardinal signs. The mutable, given the nature of just mutability and stuff like that, is really hard to pin down, but I believe I like to do, yeah, it's Sagittarius. I got the Five of Swords, followed, and then I move to the left again, on the left corner, just the corner of Taurus, or no, yes, the corner of Taurus. The Lovers. Sagittarius, Gemini, and then I conclude with Virgo. So I go from oldest. I go from the two old, from oldest to youngest, but I kind of switch it up. Gemini is younger than Virgo, so it goes eldest at the top left. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, fourth oldest, Sagittarius at the bottom right corner. Then it goes second youngest, Gemini, or sorry, third youngest, Gemini at the bottom left corner, or your right. And then at the top, it goes, let's see. Seventh, seventh oldest, or seventh oldest at Virgo. Oh, that's 2 cards. Oh, Queen of Swords. So, and the Page of Swords, but I'm not going to use that one. So, yeah, so that's the gist of the spread. Virgo in the top right corner over there, or your left. And I do clarifiers, but those are going to be for, I do roll dice on camera. I do include dice on that for the days of the week. Mostly, there's 7 dice. And for some numerology perspective, I do put clarifying cards. You can see the ones that I use and stuff like that. I use a different deck for paid readings. It's more of an exclusive deck. But I put clarifier. I'll be putting clarifier videos on my membership service. I might make a Patreon. I don't want too much overlap. So we'll see. Just what works out for me. What I feel is most energetically inexhaustive. And so I'll clarify each card from on my clarifications. I'll make a video. Well, no, I'll do it in this video. But I'll probably do more elaboration if there's any questions in another video. I pull angel cards and demon cards for each card. So you get a lot of cards. The way I pull an angel or demon card is basically to so I believe so everything's about vibration. For those of you who know about like physics and stuff like that, everything's about vibration. Everything's in constant motion, so to speak. I do believe that there is such a thing as no movement, as something that doesn't move at all. But for the most part, things are in motion. So I do believe in something being truly fixed. Truly, set in place, solid, for lack of a better word. There is, I'm sure if somebody wanted to invest the time into it, there is a math, and we'll get there. We're just entering the age of Aquarius, so we've got time. Aquarius is the closest to time. So if you studied my hands, right, there's a mathematical equation of probability, for lack of a better term, that determines what card is going to get drawn. I'm sure you could math it out. Like you could do the equation to find out the subtle rhythm in how I'm shuffling to figure out what card's going to come, what card's going to come next. You would probably have to have like a fixed part of that equation, like not necessarily a variable, but like a set in stone number, which would assess what cards were already in what order at the deck. So you'd have to look at the deck first. You would have to look at the deck for the entire deck to assess what order the cards are in. So you would need indicator for that in the equation. Then you would need from that indicator you would need the not another variable yet, but what you would need is another fixed indicator of your personal rhythm on how you shuffle the cards. And then the variable that would come in is the forces that influence your personal rhythm as you shuffle. You could say these are spirits. You could say these are angels, demons, basically spirits, stuff like everything's a spirit realistically. But everything has a spirit, I believe. So yeah, it could be determined. It could definitely be determined if somebody really wanted to calculate it, and if that could be done. It's something that I would love to do myself, and maybe one day I will before somebody else does. But I want to get the word out there on doing that, because science is a good way of explaining the spiritual. I don't think they conflict. I definitely think that they're meant to help. They're all part of creation, stuff like that. So. With that said, the reason I connect that to the angel and demon cards that I pull is to me it reveals what angels angels and typically angels are usually depicted angels and demons in modern culture are usually depicted or in mainstream culture are depicted as humanoid beings with wings and horns or halos. There are more ancient or occult depictions of them, of angels at least, where they look like beasts, so to speak, or many-eyed creatures, like an eyeball with wings and thousands of other eyes on them and stuff like that. This is supposed to represent omniscience. I think I'm using omniscience, the ability to see much more clearly, for lack of the exact definition, but you can look that up. I use Oxford Language Dictionary for those of you that are curious. So just so that we're using the same language, the same interpretations and stuff like that are going off the same foundation. Of course, I have my own descriptions. I don't want to say I've developed my own definitions yet, but I have my own descriptions at the very least of the words that I read. So I don't just take Oxford Language's definition, but I use it as a reference because it is the #1 dictionary, and it's a good dictionary, from my assessment. So yeah, I believe in the subtle vibrations of my body, and that will reveal, what demons and angels I can command to assist my clients or my viewers, my subscribers. I'm a very proactive person when it comes to tarot. I put myself in the commander seat, in the seat of authority, and I use my power to get forces to do what's necessary. I don't necessarily believe now, while at least angels are very omniscient or close to omniscient. The question is, can Michael be all around the world at once for 8 billion people and counting at once at the same time? I question the strength of the angels, basically. I question the strength of the spirits, or I won't say strength, but the capacity of the angels and demons to be everywhere at once. I don't necessarily think it works like that. I believe they have free time too. Some people say God never sleeps. Go fuck yourself. Excuse my language. Or not. God sleeps. That's just horrid that people want some sort of force to be forever non-sleeping and always watching. God sleeps. God takes breaks. God takes naps. On the 7th day he rested. God definitely takes a break, and he can afford to do that, and that doesn't diminish his power in any capacity at all. If anything, it should give testament to his strength that he can sleep, and he sleeps good. I make sure of it. I put my work toward making sure God sleeps good. He does it himself to make sure he sleeps good. So God sleeps good, okay? And people should sleep good. Sleeping is important. A restful sleep is very good. And yeah, so and the angels sleep too. They get breaks too, and I don't like to call on them anything, but there are legions, there are the host, there are forces assigned, or under the command of these angels and demons, and I believe, if a particular demon comes up, it would be nice to have a deck that, it's not necessary, but it would be nice to have a deck that had the legions instead, like the hosts, instead of just the leaders of those legions and demons, like Michael, Gabriel, so to speak, and stuff like that. Or Metatron. But when an angel or demon comes up, more than likely it's the legion or the force, the legion that, or host that can assist you, or that I can command, or I can get the assistance that I have, that we could say the timing, we can say, I would say it's really the timing. I don't believe in forcing anything realistically. I believe in the Force. I resonate with the dark side of the Force as a Sith, but you might say I'm a light side Sith. I consider myself a dark side Sith, but I'm a pure dark side. There's a filter on the dark side, which is evil or good, and I'm not really a gray person. I like the color gray. I would say gray is a temporary state. Before you get sorted, gray's realm is purgatory, or the color that rules purgatory is gray. In my, from my assessment, from I don't want to say my opinion, but from my assessment, gray is the color that is has governance over purgatory. It's a temporary state. You're supposed to get sorted into black or white. And it goes. You can have different filters. So, I would say my filter is dark, evil, good, but I'm lawful. You have chaos and you have lawful. I'm not a chaotic person. That's where I differ. I'm about order. So you can have order and chaos. So I go dark, evil, order, and then there's lawful and unlawful. So I'm a lawful person. I'm not unlawful. And I believe in good. I would never hurt good people. But it's just the propensity that I have. There's good in me. There's, I don't want to say there's good in everybody, because you can roll all sixes on the dice, so to speak. Like you can, and not to demonize the number 6, but you can go dark, evil, unlawful, unjust, or you can unlawful, unruly. So it's usually when we get, you can go chaotic too. So dark, evil, unlawful, unruly, chaotic. That kind of individual just choosing choosing to be, or having a propensity towards all of the left-sided path things and stuff like that. And there are people like that. There are definitely people like that. I'm not one of those people. I'm born dark. I'm a dark person. I was born black. It kind of reveals, like my skin came out brown for a reason. It's the propensity that I am. And not to get too racial or spread racial hate or anything like that, but the light can be what you could be light. You could be light, good, ordered, and evil. So the light isn't all, there's, I've had dreams about beings of light that had very sharp teeth and were long and narrow, and kind of looked like tiki mask. They had heads like tiki masks, so to speak. And, they ate humans. They eat humans. So, it's, and they were beings of light. They were beings of pure light. So, I don't want to say pure light, but light through and through. So they were evil. And they were, I won't say unjust, but they were cruel. So you have different filters that just get applied to us and stuff like that. And, I can help you, guide you through the filters. You can comment below and tell me what filters you think you have, alignment and stuff like that. For those who do live action role play or just RP in general, these are alignments there are alignments that we usually attach to our characters. Just knowing your alignment and stuff like that is very helpful. So seldom do I think I'll ever be able to get Michael himself to be able to assist you personally. There are 8 billion people on the planet. I do believe I have a very prominent position as the Emperor in the Tarot to be able to do that, but I don't want to. I would say for my personal readings, it's possible. I can call on any angel or demon to do what I need them to do. But that's going to be for my personal readings, not my general readings. I'm not abusive with my command, so but I can get the word out to the Legion or to the host to send some of their forces to assist. It's said that we're assigned, I think, 72 legion or 72 angels or 72 legions. Each of us, very specific number. That's what's written. Who am I? I'm gonna say, while I identify as the Emperor in the Tarot, I'm also going to say, who am I to question what came before me? I believe I have intuition. I won't say very good. I have intuition. I have discernment. If you want my deepest held belief on the matter, as far as I'm concerned, the world was in darkness before I was born. To me, it's almost like all of existence spawned overnight at my birth. World War II, is it? World War III is the perpetual war, so to speak. I don't want to say perpetual, but it's a war that they think is without end, but that certain forces think is without end, but it's going to end. Einstein said, I don't know what World War III will be fought with or what weapons World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The stone represents the philosopher's stone or the heart that he's talking about. At least this is my assessment. Even if Einstein didn't know that he was talking about this is what he was talking about. This is the subtle vibration, the influences that I was talking about that speak through you or that influence what you say, what comes out of your mouth. The forces that influence him did that to get the message out to me for when I was born, so that I could then share the information, stuff like that, so that so that I could come into myself and into my becoming. As I said, the stones are the hearts. This is a battle for immortality. Everybody wants to live forever, but I'm going to tell you right now, not everybody is going to. A lot of people are going to perish. A lot of people, because I have my own agenda for the world, and that agenda will be completed. That agenda will be fulfilled. That's not confidence. That's not arrogance. That's not cockiness. Will, the future tense, is its own category. That's its own category. It's a matter of time. The world can't continue the way it is. It'll go on how it goes on and stuff like that for now, but the reality is that there are a lot of wicked people. There are a lot of things that I will not tolerate. I personally don't want to go to heaven, and I certainly don't want to go to hell. I don't like the idea of waiting around in purgatory either. I have different agendas for the concept of heaven on earth. As I said, there's a force that wants to undo creation, and there's a force that wants to usurp creation, so kind of rule over it from the rightful ruler, the emperor. connect the dots, if you will. I'm not going to be, I don't want to be too, I don't know what the word is for it. It's not in my vocabulary. It may be in my vocabulary, but going through my vocabulary is like going through a goddamn encyclopedia, like digging through it. It just, you got to flip pages, and I'm doing that as best I can, but I said I wasn't going to say which side that I'm on, because it's not really a side. I use that for layman's terms. And as I said, gray or purgatory, the color gray, this is a temporary state. You're not supposed to be there forever. And I will make a decision. That is for certain. But I'm not making a decision hastily. I want heaven on earth. I definitely want people to live long, healthy, good lives. But I don't want everybody to live forever. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The Bible even warned us against that. They said the longer man lives, the more wicked he becomes. And I'm just not fucking with little babies, or, well, I don't say little baby, da baby, or people like Moneybag Yo and just like a bunch of rappers, so to speak, or just the music industry in general and stuff like that. I want to say in general, living forever. Hell fucking no. Like, no, it's not happening on my watch. So they will perish in their time. They get to live, and stuff like that. I would say sooner rather than goddamn later. But, and their music, I listen to their music. There was a time where I didn't, but like I listen to music. As I said, I'm dark, evil. I listen to dark music. I transmute it though. I transmute it. I'm a very lawful person. I don't like chaos. I love chaos, but I don't like chaos, and that means I have affection for chaos, but I don't like it. Me and chaos are not similar. So I structure chaos. I bring order to chaos. For those curious, I am not with the Illuminati. I am not with the Freemasons. I consider joining, but I have a problem. I don't have a problem keeping secrets, because there are dark, evil, wicked, unlawful secrets, and there are dark, evil, pure, lawful secrets, ordered secrets. The secrets, they say all secrets are safe in heaven. There are definitely secrets that I have that I keep, that are given to me from a sort. I call it. I'll say heaven, from the sources, from the entities that I know are connected to me. It doesn't come from. It doesn't come from within me. It comes from without. It has a link to the within me, but it doesn't come from within me. I can tell that it's some force that trusts me enough with the information that I have been given with. So I have no problem keeping a secret, but I don't trust man. I specifically don't. I identify as a male, but I don't trust my gender. I don't like my gender at all. What males have become sickens me in the modern era. I have a great passion for females and stuff like that. A great love. I mourn what happened to them, because at the end of the day, everything's binary. As much as we can stay, in a state of there is a hermaphrodite, a natural, what you might call a transgender, a natural person they're rare, but the rarity doesn't really matter. But having both genitalia, usually both of them don't work. Because you have to choose. It's like everything's binary. For a period of time, you may not be binary. You may be the in-between, but everything gets sorted into a side one way or another. Everything makes a decision, and when you make a decision, you are moving binarily. The devil was, the snake, the serpent that tempted Eve, came so as a male snake. They say the snake represents feminine energy. No, it doesn't. Virgo represents feminine energy, and I'll talk more about Ophiuchus maybe in another video and stuff like that. But the Serpent Holder, the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus, is Christ, is Jesus Christ. It's the sun. It's the It's the child. I want to say, like, the serpent holder, which is a gender neutral term, so to speak, is a there's a masculine connotation to it, because of the snake, the serpent. The devil, I want to say the devil. Devil's a separate card, but like the identity. So many people move in disguise, and I want to say so many entities moved in disguise in the past and stuff like that. Whether the devil was the serpent, just refer to it, whether the devil was the serpent or not. Neither here nor there. I would say if we were going to fit it, I don't want to say neither here nor there, but to fit it, the devil is the serpent. And the serpent that corrupted Eve did so as a male serpent. The serpent represents a male figure. Male is not man. You have a male animal, like a male sheep, and you have a female sheep. Male or masculinity is not man. Man is a male, but he's a specific type of male. He's, the human, or so we speak. Males corrupted everything. Males did this. To quote the movie Noah, with Russell Crowe, I forget what year it came out, but we broke the world. We did this. Males did this. Females did not do this. They were tempted. There was a betrayal, a heartbreak, a love story gone wrong, a temptation, because man is not the oldest thing in creation. Angels did come before man. Masculinity was around before, or males were around before man, but man is not the first male to ever exist. And jealousy hit the fan and stuff like that. He's also, and because man or Adam was not the first, that means he's not the oldest. Adam was young. Adam was very young, and it's that story of just not seeing potential and seeing somebody who's much older than Adam, at least days older. Like if Adam was created on the 6th day, man was created on the 6th day. Angels were created on the 2nd day, or light, and stuff like that. If I remember correctly. They had 4 days on us, 3 days on us. 4 days, 6th day, 2nd day. So they had 4 days on us, which could be, in our time, that could be 4 billion years. That could be, they say the universe is 13.4 billion years old, I think. So that could have been 4 billion of that 13.5 billion years. That's a huge amount of time to have, an amount of time insignificant when things go on forever. It's not that, it's a drop in the bucket, but that's enough time for, the angels the watchers who came down in jewels and bedazzled and stuff like that, and showed man, so to speak, the value of gems and minerals and stuff like that, and astrology or whatnot. They just had a head start. I won't say a head start, but their start was before man's. So they had some time to get established. Adam was a young deity, a young divine spirit, so he didn't have everything together. He had a nice setup. His setup was beautiful. Eden was gorgeous. And this is just insight that's been given to me, in my life, like, from my spiritual gifts and stuff like that. For those curious, I've been baptized, and I'll make other videos more about myself and stuff like that. This is more so, it's supposed to be about the spread, but I'm giving you what goes into the spread, the sort of knowledge that goes into the spread, for lack of a better word. I don't really like the term knowledge, but Eve was tempted because she's like, well, look at Adam. Like, Adam, yeah, we've got something good and stuff like that, but this guy is saying things that Adam isn't questioning, because Adam didn't question God. Like, at first Adam didn't question God at all, and that's because he's good with Adam's spirit was good where he was at. Like, I'm good. Like, I've got things made for me. It's not, Adam needed time to grow. What we could have been had Eve not bit the fruit and Adam hadn't followed, what we could have been would have been, is the reason why there was interference in the fucking first place. Like, and I was talking to a girl, friend of mine, not a girlfriend, but like a girl that I know that's a female that I know, a female friend of mine. And she's like, you're bitter. There's a bit of bitterness that I have towards the situation between Adam and Eve and what happened there, the fall of man. It shouldn't have happened, Adam. But I understand it as a person with a heart. I won't say just a person with a heart, but as I understand it as a descendant of Adam. I definitely don't consider myself a descendant of Cain. I'm sure with the intermingling of the bloodlines and stuff like that, it happened, like the serpent seed. I'm sure there's some of it in me. But I identify as a descendant of Adam. I'm completely for Adam as the first man, as the rightful ruler of the universe, of the world. The line of Adam, Christ was of the alignment of Adam and stuff like that. I believe Christ had the serpent seed in him too, as well, like the serpent DNA as well. And he chose. It's a choice. It's a polarity. It's something that it's a propensity that we go towards. You can fight against that propensity. You can definitely choose, but it definitely feels like going against your nature, at least for me. I'm very bitter towards what happened. Adam should have turned away. And if you believe in the stories of Lilith, which I also do, the first woman that was made before, or the first woman, so to speak, made before Eve, Adam was I believe the story a little bit differently, but to go off what's written, I don't want to derail. Adam should have walked away. Adam definitely should have walked away from Eve, and that would have been, it's a shame that it might have taken him, but God having to make him a whole new partner for him, but he shouldn't have followed Eve. I get why he did it. He did it out of love. I definitely think it connects to that song, or that set of lyrics written by J. Cole, which I think is a very wicked song. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. That song is applied to Eve, maybe Lilith too. But Lilith wasn't tempted. Lilith, I won't say she wasn't tempted. She was tempted too. But at a long distance. Lilith was tempted at a range. Like, they didn't have to personally walk into the garden for Lilith to be tempted. Lilith looked around at the night sky, basically, saw all of the stars, saw how beautiful she was, saw how exotic she was, and said, fuck that. Like, I can basically get money on my own. Like, I don't need you. It's not so much that the universe is predominantly male. Like, it's not a man's world. Being very specific about that. It's a masculine universe. It's a very masculine universe. It just males keep coming out because it's because they want to be close to females. So females are the dark side, males are the light side. But because so many males want vagina, so to speak, so many males want to be close to the female, want to conquer a female, want a female's heart, but also want what a man has, like the rulership that a man has, like the specific divinity that a male has. They can't come out, like, with that much feminine propensity. They can't come out as a female. Like, you would think they would come out as a female, but they don't, because they have they have a specifically, while dark is female and light is male, evil is male and good is female. So it flips, and that's my assessment on that and stuff like that. It's not just straight dark side evil and stuff like that. It's all female. No, it flips. There's propensities, and there's a lot of evil males. The worst thing that a female can do on Earth, I really think, I mean, we all lie, I won't say we all lie, but like we all have the capacity. You can get rid of that capacity, but we all have the potential, or the free will, we'll say, to lie, to break the 10 Commandments. But the worst thing that can happen is adultery from a female. Like, she sleeps with somebody else. From that, a lot of bad things can happen. I'll be honest, like a lot of horrible heartbreak can happen. money can get involved, your resources can get taken from you and stuff like that. There's a reason why a female walks away with everything, because a male, yes, you have female judges, but you didn't forever. You didn't, I don't say didn't forever. You didn't always have it like that. Male judges were mostly the thing. A male, the serpent, is deciding, oh, well, the female takes half of whatever you own and stuff like that. And I'm not like, I'm a very generous person. So, you know, I'm not like, I don't believe in leaving a female destitute after a marriage, but the kingdom, the earth, Eden belonged to Adam. It was Adam. Adam was made first. Adam came out first. Primarily because it was safer for Adam to come out first, because you're not fucking with him. You're not fucking with Adam. No, they couldn't contend with Adam. They weren't clashing with Adam. Adam might have been young, but he was more powerful than every single one of them. Than every single angel in heaven and stuff like that. Adam was, Adam, because of free will, like, we'll say destiny, fate, free will, these things combine into a very confusing conundrum of what is and isn't meant to happen, what is and isn't destined or fated for you to for it happen. I would say Adam wasn't the one, because I'm here, because Christ came. I'm not saying I'm Christ. I'm not saying I'm Moses. Moses wasn't saying he was Christ. Christ wasn't saying he was Moses. But Adam should have been the one, could have been the one. He wasn't, because of free will, influence, a set of factors that happened, where in the freedom that was given to him, in the power that was given to him, the person that Adam was, it's heartbreaking. You lose Lilith, and then you lose Eve too, both to temptation. You lose them both because they basically wanted to choose a bunch of other males over them, because a bunch of other males got into their head on what should happen, on what they deserve and stuff like that, because Adam was too young. They didn't see the vision. They didn't see what it could all become. There had to be a start to it, and his start, while as glorious, wasn't the highlight. It could have gotten so much better, and it will get better. It's a broken story. It's a broken story, but it's broken but not damaged, I want to say. It's broken but not irreparable. It can be corrected. They say matter is neither created nor destroyed. I disagree with that. We just don't have the means to it, and those means are locked off to us for a reason. There is going to be, because in the Bible it says, "Be only." I don't know what somebody quoted it for me. I'll look it up, but it says, "Be afraid of the person who can render the spirit," basically who can destroy the spirit, which is supposed to be unkillable, which is supposed to be undestroyable. But there is a force. They say Christ can do it, but like there is a force. The point is, there's a force in the universe that can destroy spirits, that can annihilate your soul. Even in the fantasy universe, Warhammer 40K, that's what happened to Horus, who betrayed the Emperor of mankind. Horus's soul was completely annihilated, eradicated from existence. It can happen, and that's what will happen to a lot of forces. I don't believe in people going to heaven. I don't believe in people going to hell, and this is why I say, like, my side. Like, while I want heaven on earth, I want a good life for the people on this planet while they're here. I also want you all to go to sleep. The true death, so to speak, for a True Blood reference. I want people to go to sleep. I want you to have a good life, but I definitely believe a lot of people have to go to sleep. I don't want you going to heaven. I don't want you going to hell. I don't want you going to purgatory. I mean, complete lights out, destroyed. Not in a violent way, not in a spiteful way or anything like that, but in a in a upheaval kind of way. And it just lights out. It's time to go to bed. Time for your soul to no longer be in orchestration, for your vibration to still itself. Silence. If you look up the definition of silence, like absolutely still, no, like because everything's vibration, which means noise, or which means sound. Don't say noise. I want this for a lot of existence. That's where my heart truly is. Lights out. I want to be the only one left here in creation, so I can repair what God intended to create in peace. I will do what good I can on this earth for the lives that, like, yours are the riches of the world, so to speak. You guys get the world. The world has already been sold out, period. You're not going to tell me otherwise. it's been sold out. There's decent people, there's good people, there's people with their alignments and stuff like that, but no, the world has been sold out. And I don't want to make this a rant. I'll get more into this information and answer. I'll do Q&A videos and stuff like that. I'll answer more about this for the just on my own, and for the people that are curious. So don't be afraid to comment below. I'm not. I just, yeah, like, don't be afraid to comment below. I don't really want people to fear me. So. I'm not saying that can't happen, but yeah, I want a peaceful, it's lack of consciousness, no vibration. You won't feel any pain, you won't feel anything like that, but you won't be around either. And that's so I can fix what has been destroyed, or I won't say what has been destroyed, what has been corrupted, in peace on my own. Block by block, spending eternity doing that, and it won't take me forever to do. It'll take me a long time, one person doing it, but with fewer people around, my magic, or at least magic in an individual, gets more potent. It becomes stronger with less people pulling on the system, on the net, on the web. It can concentrate in an individual a lot more, and the things that I'll be able to do as I grow in age, or as I become more senior in age, will, I don't want to say be incredible, but will, because incredible means unbelievable. It won't be unbelievable, but it will be miraculous. And so, but I'm not in a rush to get there. I'm not in a rush to push that outcome of everybody gone. I'm not in a rush for it. So, like long, healthy lives. 75 is the life expectancy. That's a good number. For the people that live to 100, okay. But for the most part, I want you gone by 75. We're not sticking around. I'm not letting people stick around for too long to be able to just grow in wickedness and make things harder, because like the angels, there's people with head starts on me. I don't want to say head starts, but there's people with senior starts on me. There's people who had a start before mine. But that doesn't guarantee them a victory. I can tell you that right now. That doesn't mean they'll win. There's a song that I heard, and it goes, go and get you some money or something, like a I ain't rushing or nothing, like a horny bitch, I'm coming. Like, so not to get too graphic and stuff like that, but like, I'm taking my time. I'm definitely taking my time. My age, I'll put this in a video, but to say it here, my age is 30 at the time of this recording. I'm 30 years of age. I was born 1995. I'll make a video just about my natal chart and stuff like that, and who I am. I'm not sure if I'll do it on this channel or my other channel, but you can find that on my page anyway. You can find access to my other channel on my page. It's a featured channel. So as I said, Ophiuchus, while depicted as a male, and some would say the serpent is feminine energy, no, the serpent holder, I don't want to say should be an androgynous person. But we do these things based on what happens, not what should happen. Like, these things are drawn not on what should happen or what should be, but what has happened. What came out first, what had to come out first was a man, or was a male, because of just how much shit can go wrong with a female. And I'm not saying females are broken or anything like that, or messed up, but it's just, females are closer to a portal than males are, so to speak. And males are closer to what comes through that portal than females are. So having a portal right out the gate for anything and everything to come through. There's something called spontaneous, to appear, to emerge. In the beginning, there was nothing, and then God said, like, to emerge. It's a painful process, to be completely honest, to emerge. The beginning, to come out of, they say it was hot and heat and dense, the universe and stuff like that, the Big Bang, so to speak. Like, it's a painful process. Not one that, and the angels were created from a similar process as that. Man was created from a similar process to that. Not necessarily an emerge, but was crafted. Lilith was created to a similar purpose to that. Eve was created to a similar purpose to that. Ophiuchus represents the child being born. If Virgo is Eve and Aquarius is Adam, Ophiuchus is their child, is their firstborn child, is the child to overcome the serpent, so what the serpent has done to creation and stuff like that. Ophiuchus is Christ, and I don't want to say exclusively Christ. Ophiuchus, because everybody has an Ophiuchus placement, and we'll go into that on the channel. But I originally titled my channel The Serpent Holder Tarot, but the can be put in front of it at any time, so I didn't feel the need to capitalize it. I just changed it to Serpent Holders Tarot. We all have the Serpent Holder within us, the Serpent Holder, astrologically, the Serpent Holder placement, but from a non-astrological perspective, from just a spiritual ordained, because the tarot to me is magic, not spiritual, different. There's a term that I created called enmonicism, which is enhanced manifestation. It's a combination of the word enhanced and manifestation. Enmanerial is another word that I use. It's pretty much the same thing. Enmonicism or enmonics. Enhanced manifestation. It's magic. It's basically magic, but it's another word for magic. With a different interpretation, with a different assessment on magic and stuff like that. Not magic tricks like card tricks or anything like that. It's not exclusive to the tarot or divination, but and I'll try to make this short. I don't want my phone to die. It wasn't on full battery, but as I said, tarot is not spiritual. The spiritual gets involved and everything blends and stuff like that. But everything is a part of creation. But for this, from a spiritual perspective, from a destiny perspective, and I'm still getting like ancestry DNA. Like, I got my DNA test. I found out like what my genetic composition is, and I want to do more investigation on my bloodline and find out. I come from a pretty big family. I'm related to a couple names: Johnson, Griffin, Smith, and some others and stuff like that. But Johnson and Griffin. My last name is Farms. So I'm not sure where the name Farms comes from. There's not a lot of history out there on the internet on it. From my own interpretation, it comes from the word pharmakeia, which means sorcery. So Farms, I believe, is a loose translation is sorcerer. It's there. I'm not sure where it came from, but I'll be doing my history and updating you guys on what I discover. So your donations and stuff like that are appreciated, because that's probably where aside from this channel, that's probably where the money will be going to uncover more about myself and to reveal that. But from what I can feel within me, from what I know, for lack of a better word, I don't like the word know or knowledge, but I am this era's Serpent Holder. I am here to rule as the Emperor, the age of Aquarius. The Emperor will be a sun sign Aquarius, which is what I am. I'll go more into my own personal astrology, but I'm telling you this to let you know who's guiding you, who is doing the tarot and stuff like that. And I can go into my passion and stuff like that on tarot and what draws me to this in another video. But while the Ophiuchus placement does connect to your own personal placement in your chart, these tarot readings, at least the general ones that I do, are about you and me. They're about you and me, not your significant other, not your partner. They're about you and me, my viewer and me. That's who this is about. That's who I speak to and stuff like that. If you want a couples reading, watch this video with your partner. Watch a general video with your partner. Then you know it's meant for you. I do couple personal readings, but you both have to be present. It's like It's like couple therapy. I'm not a therapist, but like couple therapy. You both have to be there for me to do a reading for both of you. I'm not gonna tell you, your loved one's gonna come back to you and stuff like that. I'm not saying people don't have that gift to tap into that energy. I'm not saying I can't do it. But I don't do it. I don't like to, because there's free will. The cards can't force anyone to do anything for you. They can't make anybody get up. And honestly, it makes it worse, to be completely honest with you, because the tarot is no secret. And if they know, everyone's probably tuned into the tarot at least once in their life. If they know the cards, if you're separated from somebody and they know the cards are saying you're supposed to come back, your ex is going to come back to you, they're going to be like, yeah, no, I'm not. Out of pride, out of ego, out of stubbornness, out of being afraid of what the cards are saying. It could be a variety of reasons, but awareness, oftentimes, especially in females, so to speak, it breeds resistance and stuff like that. I'm not saying you should go back to an abusive person, because again, males are low quality. And have been for a very long time. There's a reason why Christ had to show up in the fucking first place. Who wanted to throw stones at the whore? Males, stuff like that, because males can't. Adam took Eve's betrayal like a fucking G. He was the first fucking stepfather. Cain was not his kid. That was a serpent seed. Adam took it like a fucking G. Some might call him a simp, but Adam was the first cuck. Adam got fucking cucked, and it sucks. It really sucks. But Eve, I would say what they don't say in the Bible and stuff like that is Eve was jealous or feeling some type of way about Lilith. I'm sure they had a conversation about Lilith, his first wife and stuff like that. Eve didn't like that Adam probably still loved and cared about Eve, or cared about Lilith, and still cares about Eve. I don't think he cheated on Eve with Lilith or anything like that, but the reason the serpent had the free time, some say the serpent was Lilith, could have been, but the reason the serpent had the free time to even entertain tempting Eve, or to even go into tempting Eve, is because they had used Lilith up. All the angels, all the males, they had used Lilith up. Lilith is probably sitting pretty, the mother of demons, so to speak. She's probably sitting pretty, like she, OnlyFans, no shade or anything like that. I have an OnlyFans as well. I don't necessarily post lewd content or like nude content, but it's for, I don't really believe in showing my body. I don't like to show a lot of skin, but I do believe in a workout plan. I just recently subscribed, at the time of this video, I recently subscribed to a gym. So that's where I'll just show my workout and stuff like that for people who want to see my own fitness routine, which I keep private. For a long time, the martial arts were kept as a secret and stuff like that. I'll also probably be posting like martial art videos and stuff like that. I'm into the martial arts. For a long time, martial arts was kept as a secret. I believe in the physical being kept secret, being kept private, I'll say. So, I'm willing to show it for a price. I can use that money to counteract any negativity that comes from exposing private information. And and I use that money responsibly. So my OnlyFans isn't completely set up yet. So it's going to take me a while to get there. So I'm going to link it on my website, but you don't have to go looking for it now or anything like that at the time of this video. But that's there. So you'll just see me in more revealing clothing and my workout routines and stuff like that than you would normally and stuff. People who are around me in person obviously get to see that free of charge, so to speak, because I'm surrounded by people. I can't really change that. But to see me work out in the gym, you also have to pay to get into the gym, so they're not getting it for free either, so to speak. But yeah, so that just surrounds the serpent holder and the tale we're in and stuff like that. Or I want to say tale because it's not really a story. Like, we write stories and stuff like that, but this is real. This is existence. And there's an experience happening within existence. So yeah, the camera just got dark on me. So that's just about the spread. As I said, I'll pull angel cards. I also have a set of clarifier cards. I pull like 2 different, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I pull chakra cards and stuff like that. So you'll get clarifiers. The only thing I do in addition to this, because you can see how long my videos can get from this video, the only thing I do in addition to pulling out these initial cards is the dice, to give you some numerology into that and to represent the days of the week. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check the description below. That'll tell you everything, most of whatever you need to know. My page, I'll try, I'll see what I'll link to this video and stuff like that, but you'll find everything on my page. Featured channels, playlists and stuff like that, that I'll organize for your convenience and mine. And yeah, that's the Serpent Holder spread and a little bit of insight on that. To give you, if you have any questions, as I said, comment below. Give the video a like. Share it. Subscribe. Not to be too much of a marketer. I'm just hitting the check boxes. And bye for now.